Push, 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 push.
This is a very important report that you're about to watch, and you're going to need to share this with as many people as you possibly can. We need to get the word out. Red alert: total martial law is now been granted under the new ISIS War Powers Act if it goes into play. That's right. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell offered members a snow weekend surprise late Wednesday night, quietly teeing up a debate on the legal underpinning for the fight against ISIS, according to Sarah Mims as she's reporting for Defense One. After months of worrying that such a resolution known as an authorization for the use of military force would tie the next president's hands, McConnell's move to fast-track the measure surprised even his top deputy. Senate Majority Whip John Cornyn, he was unaware that McConnell had set up the authorization. Invoking Rule 14, McConnell set up the authorization for a future vote, but does not put it on the calendar, meaning a vote could come at any time. The resolution already has 4 Republican co-sponsors, Senators Lindsey Graham, Daniel Coates, Johnny Ertz, and Orrin Hatch. Now, here's the kicker. The AUMF, put forward by McConnell, would not restrict the president's use of ground troops nor have any limits related to time or geography. I repeat, the authorization for the use of military force against ISIS would not restrict the president's use of ground troops nor have any limits related to time or geography. This basically means if this vote passes, the U.S. military can be deployed anywhere in the world, including in the United States, on United States soil, for any length of time. So under the excuse of ISIS and the new War Powers Act that they are considering right now, I mean, there's a blizzard going on in Washington, D.C., and he invokes Rule 14 to go ahead and sneak this into the calendar for a vote at any time that they call it up. Okay, it's not necessarily on the calendar, but the ramifications of this are drastic, because with the number of refugees coming into this country, the reports we've made here about individuals sneaking into this country under the guise of ISIS. I mean, they're all over the country. And if you read the headlines every day, there are people who are under surveillance. There are people who are being swept up in ISIS cells. Okay? So, this is a War Powers Act to fight ISIS with no geographical boundaries and no time frame. That means anywhere. And anywhere in the planet. So they can go to Africa, they can go to China, they can go to India, they can go to Pakistan, they can go anywhere they want. Now, my greatest concern is all of the gun-grabbing legislation, that executive power that Obama has been trying to push. But then, of course, for ISIS, they could call up the excuse of ISIS anywhere in the United States. They could call anybody ISIS for some stupid Facebook post, okay? And they could actually declare martial law, you know, for whatever reason. Okay, obviously they're not going to declare martial law over a Facebook post, but you understand the concern here. So push this message out to your social networks. This is very, very important. Nobody's reporting on this at all. This is a sleeper act that nobody's paying attention to.